From last night's work asks, if the domain of the function y equals x squared plus 3 is negative 1, 0, 1, 2, find the range. The domain is the set of all, hey, look here. The domain is the set of all inputs. The range is the set of all outputs. So what I do here is I put in all the inputs. I do negative 1 squared plus 3, 0 squared. Oh, I don't know why I wrote negative 1 there. That should be 0 squared plus 3, 1 squared plus 3, and 2 squared plus 3. And I get 4, 3, 4, and 7. So the outputs, all of the possible outputs are 3, 4, and 7. Okay? So again, you put each of the inputs in, calculate using your calculator if you wish, and then, did you fart? Well, I heard somebody. You heard that, right? Did you? Yeah, that wasn't me. Vaquita? No? What'd you have, cauliflower? Okay. Oh, you lie like a rug. Nobody can control that. On weekends only. Yeah, right. All right. Letter B, letter C, letter D. One of these four is wrong. Which one is it? Take a look. Compare your answers. Mr. Mark ahead in the game. Take a look through. See what you can find. Can you figure out which one I got wrong? Why? If you figured out which one it is, hold your tongue. Give others a chance. Shh. No. Steve and Derek, we are being counterproductive right now. Turn the call in. Okay. Angela, which one's wrong?
D.
3?
D.
D.
No.
I think D's right. It is C. What's wrong about C?
Because it's a non-solution function thing.
No.
I don't know how to explain it. It
Or
just
X
isn't right.
isn't negative.
Yeah, the X.
Or X squared.
No, if you look at
It's 4 squared.
1x squared and negative 5x squared is negative 4x squared. Oh wait, that looks good. That's 8x. And that's minus 4. So C is correct.
That's what I said before.
3a's and 1a is 4a and negative 2a. Yeah, it should be 2a. D is the incorrect one. Very good.
I told you.
Very good. D is the incorrect one. Okay.
Don't underestimate me.
Keep that attitude today. Okay. Yesterday's homework, is she?
Oh, I hate Tuesdays.
Duly noted. Here's the 3 equations. Take a look. How are we looking?
Good. Good.
Preguntas. Questions? Any questions? And then the rules of exponents, a little practice. There will be some rules of exponents on your final. Add them. 3 and 7 make 10. Multiply coefficients, add exponents. Negative 28 to the 4th. Anything to the 0 power. I don't care what it is. Anything to the 0 except 0. Anything other than 0 to the 0 is 1. And here, 8 divided by 2 is 4. Subtract exponents 4b to the 7th. Any questions? Okay. So, that was yesterday's lesson. Now we go to today's lesson. Today's number is 2, right? Is this today's one? No. No, I think this is it. What's with all the noise, guys? Okay. Everybody stop. Angela, Ishi, stop. Hey, Chris, head up. Now, today's sheet. You guys just did the do it questions a moment ago. Let me put... Ishi, are you still talking? Who's talking then?
Casper the Ghost.
Now, let's go through these 3 questions. and make sure everybody's doing the correct steps and arriving at the correct solution. You know on the test that you take this Friday, you're going to have a number of equations like this. I would call these equations very fundamental. Everybody should be able to do them. So, this kind of 4 here, this 4 is positive. The negative sign is attached to the 3n, not the 4. It has nothing to do with the 4. So minus 4, die. Negative 12 is negative 3n. Then I have to divide by negative 3. N equals 4. Okay? Any questions about the first equation? Again, this should be routine. It should be comfortable. The biggest mistake people make right now, I can tell you, is they forget about that negative sign there. Take a look on your paper. Did you remember the negative sign?
Yes. Wait, why is it 4? Wouldn't it be n equals 4? Oh, wait, never mind. It's
N equals 4. Right, yeah. Well, 4 equals n is the same thing. The n was on the right side, so I kept it on the right side all the way along. To be honest, you could just put 4 in the answer place. It'd be good. Yeah.
I did it a different way. No, I looked at it in a different way. Because I added,
Did you keep the 3 negative?
yeah,
Did you keep the 4 positive?
no, I added 3 negative and then I added on the other side.
No. Oh, okay. If you add 3n and then you add 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. A little longer, but you can do it for sure. Kayla? I do not, you could look at it that way, but I prefer to look at it as every sign is just whether you're positive or negative and everything is addition. I think it goes a little cleaner that way. Chris? Mr. Tello, you have no paper on your desk. You can still get it out. You gotta check and see if you get it right. Now, Angela, is she?
Sorry.
Now, next up. Seven A minus 9 is 26. Remember, that was an opposite side, opposite operation situation. I do it again. And that's weird. 7A is 35. Divide by 7. A is 5.
Wait, Mr.
Wait,
Yeah, it's minus 2a.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Oh, it's supposed to
3A.
be 3A, I'm sorry.
take your neck.
Appreciate you straightening me out on that.
So it's
It's
11.6.
11.66.
So it's 11.6 repeating, and
That did do it right.
that is, a good point behind this answer is the following. Sometimes you get really weird answers. There is no guarantee with equations that every equation will work out right.
I'm not.
Distribute to 3.
I'm not.
This is the same side situation. Combine your 3x and your x to get 4x. 12 and negative 2 is 10. Now I subtract 10 from both sides.
2.5.
4x is 10. Divide by 4, and yes, another weird looking answer. So there are no guarantees. X is 2.5. What property is that?
Commutative.
It is commutative. Very good. It looks like associative, but if you notice, it's staying 3 plus 1 in the packages. What's in the package is not changing, so we're not changing who we're associating with. What's changing is the package is being added to the 8 here, and then it's 8 plus the package. So order is changing. Order changed is called commutative.
What is it?
Commutative property. All right. Now, I'm going to take you through number 4 here. And then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 5. Here's number 4. Look. You go home. You do your laundry.
I sleep.
You take all of your sweats, put all your sweats together, you put them in the same place. You collect them together, you put them in the same place. You take all of your undies, you collect them together, you put them in the same place. You take all your socks, you put them together, put them in the same place. This is how you organize your information. And the same exact thing can be said of tools, if you work with tools, or here's a good one for you. Ready? How many of you guys play a sport? When you play a sport, don't you usually have like a bag you carry to practice?
Yes.
And don't you organize the stuff in the bag?
Yeah.
Set it up. Well, Same exact thing goes in mine here. Before I begin doing anything, I'm gonna look for all of my x squareds. So I have 3x squareds and another x squared, so altogether I have 4x squared. If you go to my house, I love to do this thing called fly tying. It's making little things that catch fish. And to do that, you need stuff called hackle. Hackle is basically, for the most part, feathers from roosters and chickens. Now, there's certain types of hackle that are what you call saddle hackles, and they're meant for streamers, which means they're big, wide, fluffy feathers. And then there are some feathers that are very short and very thin, and well, they're long and thin, and they have little points on them, little barbs that float the fly. They're called dry fly hackles. And then there are some flies that sink the fly. Those are called wet fly hackles. And if you look in my fly tying desk, one of those roll top desks, on one side, it's packed with all, in one drawer, it's all of the wide webby ones to tie streamers. Then the drawer under that is wide webby ones that are super bright colors. Then on the right-hand side, I have them sorted by color, by hackles, dry fly hackle, certain color, wet fly hackle, certain color, and so on and so forth. So everything is grouped according to its own kind. Now, that's what we're doing here. I'm grouping according to its own kind. 3x squared and another x squared is 4x squared. When you go to parties, you don't hang out with 2-year-olds, do you?
Sometimes.
So teenagers tend to hang out with teenagers. If teenagers are hanging out with 2-year-olds, you better be getting paid. Now, 5 x's and negative 7 x's make negative 2 x's. And 2 negatives and 9 negatives make 11 negatives. So, things of the same kind, what we call combining like terms, those things are grouped together. What I want you to do is numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. If you went ahead and did it on your own, I would like you to look at your answers again and confirm that they are correct. In about 2 minutes, I'll go over the answers to these.
You made a mess, really?
Another 30 seconds or so. Keep in mind, test this Friday. There are no more relearn packets on any tests. Everything is review. We all went through relearns to figure them out. Okay, ready? 4 A's and a negative A make 3 A's. 3 B's and 2 B's make what?
5 A's.
So my answer is the binomial, bi meaning 2 parts, 3A plus 5B. What should I get together first on my next problem? Sam?
The X.
Good. So what kind of 4x is this?
Negative 4.
So if I have negative 4x's and positive x's, how many x's do I have altogether?
Negative
Negative
3.
Negative 3x. Good.
8.
Now, what kind of 3 is this?
Positive.
And what kind of 8 is that?
Negative.
So what's positive 3 and negative 8?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Good. Now, early in the year, I used to make you never use a calculator when you did those. And the reason was because on the state assessment test, you were not allowed to use a calculator on part 1. But you were allowed to use a calculator on parts 2, 3, and 4. Now, on your final exam, you are allowed to use your calculator on every single question on the test. So, you can use a calculator in here on every question, all the time, every test, every quiz, everything. So, if you struggle a little bit with positive 3 and negative 8, now the good news is because I didn't let you use it for a long time, a lot of people got really good at it. But if you're not one of those people and you're still struggling with it a little bit, just do it, as we said, with the calculator. 3 minus 8 is negative 5. Next one. I have 3 A's. This is a little tricky. Negative 2 A's and another negative 2A. So if I have 3 A's and negative 2 A's and another negative 2 A's, what do I have altogether? Negative 1A. Good. Now, if I have 2 B's and negative 5 B's, what do I have? Negative 3B. And then I have this little only all by myself. Don't want to be all by myself anymore. C. Sitting right there. So it's negative A minus 3B minus C. Yeah.
Can you put negative 1A, or would that be wrong?
Nope, you'd be right. Be a little redundant. Most people don't do that, but you can do it. Okay. Now, the last question for today's classwork is, I noticed that there's only the 1x cubed term, so that's gone. Now, in terms of x squareds, I have a negative 3x squared and a positive 3x squared. What do they add up to? Everybody? Gats, nothing. Zero. What's negative 4x and negative 3x?
Negative 7.
Negative 7x. And positive 5 and positive 2.
Positive 7.
And there's my answer, the trinomial, because I have 3 terms. X cubed minus 7x plus 7. Any questions about that?
No.
What are the 2 most important things you need to know in combining like terms? Go ahead. The what? The variable. What about variable? Yeah, keep the same things together. Very good. And what?
Isn't it like out of like terms?
Like terms, combining like terms, sure. What's another thing you have to remember? Yeah, that's right, your rules for integers. Okay, very good. You guys, oh, whoa. Sit.
Stay.
In another minute, I'll let you off. Down. Good boy. Good boy.
Can I have a cookie now?
Biscuits.
We got a
Whatever you call them.
100 first